திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். புழியர்கோன் வெப்பொழித்த புகழியர்கோன் கழல் போற்றி, ஆழிமிசை கல்முதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரான் அடி போற்றி, வாழி திருநாவலூர் வன்றொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி, ஊழிமலி திருவாத ஊரர் திருத்தாள் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். So today we will continue the discussion of tīru-nīla-kaṇḍam padhigam, which is sambandar thevaram first திருமுறை 116th padhigam. We are continuing from verse number 4 today. So again I would say the verse initially, and maybe Ramakrishna you can repeat, and then Rama can repeat at the end. விண்ணூலகு āḷgiṇḍra viccādarargaḻum vēdiyarum puṇṇiyar என்று இரு-pōdum toḻappaḍum puṇṇiyarē கண் இmaiyādaṉa மூன்று uḍaiyīr kaḻal aḍaindōm tiṇṇiya tīviṇai tīṇḍap peṟā tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam. Good. So as we saw in the previous session, in every verse of this padhigam, he is emphasizing the devotion that we have, and if we pray to him, praising his qualities, singing his praises, the bad karma will not come anywhere near us. I guarantee this in the name of Lord's dark throat. That's how he is saying every verse. So in the same manner, this padhigam also is structured. This song also is the same format. And again in the first 2.5 lines, first 2 lines and a half of third line is describing Shiva's attributes, Shiva's greatness, and then says, we are your devotees, we have surrendered to your holy feet, you are our refuge, and if we worship him like that, then our bad karma will not touch us. So this is how he is giving that. So we look at the words and phrases and get the meaning, and then we will have a much better understanding of the song. The first phrase in this is viṇṇulagu āḷgiṇḍra viccādarargaḻum. So viṇṇulagu, vin means sky. So vin means sky. Ulagu means world, lokam. So viṇṇulagu means devalokam, or celestial world. That's what viṇṇulagu means. āḷgiṇḍra, āḻgal means to rule. āḷgiṇḍra means ruling. viccādarargaḻum. Viccādarar is the Tamil version of Vidyadara. So there are, as we know, there are 18 classes of devas, and one of the classes of devas is called Vidyadara. So he is referring to the Vidyadaras in this verse. So the Vidyadaras who are ruling the celestial world. That's the meaning of viṇṇulagu āḷgiṇḍra viccādarargaḻum. Is and in Tamil. And vēdiyarum. Veda means, you know what Veda is. Vēdiyar is those who learn, recite, teach the Vedas, which means the Brahmanas who are Vedic scholars, Veda priests, the priests and Pandits who chant the Vedas. So the Devas, Vidyadaras, is a reference to devas in general. So the devas who rule the celestial world and the Vedic priests, the Pandits, they all worship Shiva. And how do they worship Shiva? They worship him as the embodiment of virtue, puṇṇiya. Puṇṇiyar is puṇṇiyam, we know, virtue, and puṇṇiyar is personification of virtue. So he is the embodiment of virtue, that is Shiva. So the devas and the brahmanas, they worship Shiva, praising him as the embodiment of virtue. And how do they worship him? Iru-pōdum, toḻappaḍum. Iru-pōdum means, iru is two, twice. Podu is பொழுது, which means periods. So iru-pōdum means on both periods or both times. Means morning and evening, day and night. So they worship Shiva day and night, praising him as the embodiment of virtue. toḻappaḍum puṇṇiyarē. So it's the puṇṇiyar word comes twice in this line, and the way it means is this: O embodiment of virtue, you are worshipped as the embodiment of virtue by devas and brahmanas. That's how he is constructing that line. So Shiva is worshipped by devas and brahmanas as the embodiment of virtue, and they worship him on both times. And third line says, Kan imaiyādaṉa mūṇḍru uḍaiyīr. Kan is eye. Imaiyādaṉa. Imaithal means to blink. Right? We all have eyes and we all blink. All animals, right? Whether it is humans, cows, tiger, lion, you name it. Any animal that has an eye has an eyelid and it blinks. But devas and Shiva does not blink. So that is a description. So you have three eyes that do not blink. Kan imaiyādaṉa. Imaiyādaṉa means that do not blink. Mūṇḍru is three. Uḍaiyīr is you have. Kan imaiyādaṉa mūṇḍru uḍaiyīr. O Lord, you have three eyes that do not blink. kaḻal aḍaindōm. Is your, kaḻal is holy feet. Aḍaindōm means we have taken refuge in. We have Adaidal means to reach, but also means saran adaidal, means we have taken refuge in your holy feet. kaḻal aḍaindōm. We have taken refuge in your holy feet. If we worship like that, so that phrase we have to bring, because he says in the first verse that he is giving advice to his devotees. Right? Sambandar is singing this verse, giving advice to the followers, saying that let us all worship Shiva, saying these kind of things. If we do so, then the bad karma will not come to us. So that phrase that you have to, let us pray to Shiva like this, that he does not say in each verse. He says it in one verse and we have to carry it forward for all verses in this padhigam. So if we say all this and worship Shiva, then tiṇṇiya tīviṉai tiṇḍap peṟā. Tiṇṇiya means very hard, strong. Tiṇṇai is very strong and tīviṉai is bad karma. So the tīviṉai tiṇḍap peṛā tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam will repeat in every verse. So once we understand it, it is the same thing. So the bad karma, and he is saying how is this, he is using an adjective for the bad karma. Tiṇṇiya tīviṉai means the bad karma which is very strong, very hard. Because if it is soft or weak, we can easily win it, we can break it, we can overcome it. But this karma is so hard and so strong that we are powerless against it. But if we worship Shiva, with Shiva's grace, we will be protected, and the strong bad karma of our past will not come anywhere near us. They will not come. That bad karma will not touch us. The bad karma will not cause us harm. I guarantee you this in the name of the holy dark throat, tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam. That's the direct meaning of verse number 4. I am sure you have some questions, comments, we can talk. Any doubts or any comments? Okay. Yeah, the interesting thing that I learned was that, in this verse, usually they talk about the eyes, but very rarely they talk about the fact that they don't blink. Whereas here he says that. That is an interesting aspect that we find in this verse. That is, we can say, sort of, I won't say unique, but it is something uncommon. Most songs will talk about the eyes and they will say, your eyes are full of grace, your eyes are like lotus, depending on the deity that you are talking of, right? Or your eyes are like fire and sun and moon, whatever, right? Whereas here he says, your eyes don't blink, which is a thing that we will know if you study deeply. We will know that their eyes don't blink. But in verses they normally don't refer to that, but in this verse he is referring to that. That way we can, if you think deeply about this, we can say, when we see something, when we blink, obviously the moment we are blinking, for that instant we don't see what's going on. Right? That window of time when our eyes are closed, technically we don't see. Even though we don't realize it, but technically we don't see for that instant, for that fraction of a second. Whereas God, he never winks. So his eyes are always open and he can see everything all the time. Anyway, that is my additional interpretation that I felt when I was looking at this phrase. That is not in the formal commentary that I have in Tamil, but this is what I felt as I was talking to you today. Okay, so Rama, if you want, you can repeat the whole verse. Viccādarargaḻum. Yeah. So because you are unfamiliar with the words right now. So when you're reading in the Telugu script, sometimes you mistake one letter for another letter. So, for example, imaiyādaṉa uḍaiyīr. Yeah. I think because of the Telugu script, how it reads, the uḍaiyīr is... yeah, go ahead. Kaḻal. Kaḻal. Yeah. Kaḻal is a word that will come frequently in many verses, because the kaḻal, as I explained in one of the sessions before, kaḻal is the ornament that men wear around their anklets. So like women wear anklets, men wear anklets called kaḻal. And that is a mark of their valor, that their bravery, their strength and valor. So that is a symbol of that. So that because it is worn on the anklet, by association it refers to the feet. So imaiyādaṉa uḍaiyīr kaḻal aḍaindōm means we have surrendered to your feet. Whereas the word padhigam is not used, but kaḻal is used. The kaḻal refers to the anklet, and this is probably true in all Indian languages. There are words that have one direct meaning, but by reference, implication, or by reference or association, they mean something else associated with them. So kaḻal, because it is associated with the padham, it refers to the padham in the song. In English they call it, I think, synecdoche. It's a technical grammar term that they use. But in other languages in India also will have similar technical term for that, where one stands for the related something else. So that is the thing. And then if you move to the 5th verse, so maybe Murthy, you can repeat after me. Matru read that? Yeah. 5th verse. Matru inai illa malai திரண்டன்ன திண்தோள் உடையீர் கிற்று எமை ஆட்கொண்டு கேளாது ஒழிவதும் தன்மை கொல்லோ சொற்றுணை வாழ்க்கை துறந்து திருவடியே அடைந்தோம் செற்று எமை தீவினை tīṇḍap peṛā tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam. Good. Here again, as I was mentioning, the whole verse in every song is in the whole padhigam. In every song, he is going to talk about how we should praise and worship Shiva and how that will protect us. So, in the same way, the first 3 lines of this verse describes the various praises that we say of Shiva and how we worship him, and if we do so, the bad karma will not touch us. So the first line, Matrinai illa malaithirandanna tintol uḍaiyīr, refers to Shiva's bhujas, the arms of Shiva, right? And the arms of Shiva, because Shiva is very strong, so his arms are very strong. And again we talk about the fact that the arms and the arms strength is talked about highly for men's valor. Well, if you see Ramayanam, you will find that, if you read Ramayanam, the description, you will find Rama's arms are described. Arm is the upper arm, right? The biceps. So, you know that, right? When they have a lot of strength, and the strength is signified by the strong biceps, because they can do a lot of fighting, they can do archery, they can do all kinds of things. And that way, the arm is symbol of ability to do things. That's why the gods always are shown with multiple arms. Humans have 2 arms. Gods are shown with 4 arms, 8 arms, 10 arms, etc. That is to signify that they have unlimited ability to do things. They have a lot of ability to do things. And in the same fashion, the strength of the arms are talked about to show that they are very powerful. So, tiṇḍol uḍaiyīr means tiṇmai is strong. Remember in the previous verse we saw tiṇnīya tīviṉai, that is hard and strong tīviṉai, karma. Like that here he says tiṇḍol. Tin is strong, toḻ is the arm, uḍaiyīr you have. So tiṇḍol uḍaiyīr means you have very strong arms. And the rest of the first line is describing how strong that arm is. Matru inai illa malai thirandanna tintol. So he is describing the arm. He says that your arms are like rocks that have no parallel. There's nothing to say as something, when we describe something, we give an analogy, right? It is as big as an ocean. There's a lake that is as big as an ocean. Or when he shouted like a roared like a lion. We give an analogy to give example of how great or how beautiful or how big it is. In that manner, he wants to describe how big or how powerful Shiva's arms are, and he says they are like rocks. Malai is a rock or a mountain. Malai thirandu anna. They are like a big rock. They are like a big hill. Which one? The Shiva's arms. And how big are these? Matru ivvinai illa. Ivvinai means comparison. Matru ivvinai illa. Illa means not there, without. Matru means other. Matru ivvinai illa means without any other comparison. There's nothing else that we can compare. Such a huge, strong arm. That's what he is describing Shiva's arm as. So, O Shiva, you have very strong bhujams, the arms, that are like a rock, but which have nothing to compare. We have no way of comparing your arms' strength or hardness to anything else because they are incomparable. So, you have incomparably strong rock-like shoulders. Yeah, I keep saying arm, but I think the upper arm or what we call as a shoulder in English, the biceps. That is the first line. The second line, kitru yamai aatkondu keladu olivadum thanmai kollo. Aatkolludal is a key word here. Aatkondu means you have accepted us as your devotees. You have accepted us as your servants. Aatkolludal means to rule over something or rule over somebody. So, in the context of a devotee looks at the Lord and says, take me as your servant, make me your servant. So, here he says, yamai aatkondu means you have already, it's a past tense. You have taken us as your servants. Kitru means ability. With good ability, you have been able to accept us as your slaves. That's what the kitru yamai aatkondu means. You have ably accepted as your slaves. Then, once you have accepted as your slaves, what is the master's role or what is the master's responsibility? The slaves will do what the master tells them to do, but what is the master's responsibility? The master has to make sure that the slave is protected. Right? No harm should come to his slave. That is a master's responsibility. And whereas here we are your slaves and we have some difficulties and we are coming to you and we are telling you our difficulties. And as a master, you should listen to our difficulties and take care of us. But you don't seem to be doing that. Is that your quality? That's what he's saying. Kitru yamai aatkondu. You have accepted us as your slaves. Then, in spite of that, keladu olivadum. Ketkaradu means to listen. Keladu means without listening. Keladu olivadu means you are without listening to our please. Keladu olivadum thanmai kollo. Is that your nature? Thanmai is nature or a quality or a gunam. Thanmai, is that your nature? Kollo is a filler word or a sort of a rhetorical question. Kollo. Thanmai kollo means. So the second line totally means you have accepted as your slaves, but still you are not listening to our pleas. Is that your quality? Is that your nature? That is the meaning of the second line. Which means it's a rhetorical question. That is not your nature. You are kind. You will take care of us. But we have this doubt because we are suffering right now. So we have this doubt whether you are not listening to our pleas. Third line. Solltrunai vaalkai thurandu tiruvadiye aḍaindōm. Sotrunai is a joining of two words, sol and tunai. Sol means people talking, saying, that is sol. Thunai is support. Varkai is our life, the laukika or the worldly life. So sol thunai varkai means in this life, who are our protection, who are our help. If you look at in the normal laukika life or the worldly life, you say, no, my parents are my protector when I was young. My wife is my protector, or my sons are, my children are my protector. My uncles and aunts and my cousins and nephews, my extended family is my protection, right? That's a normal life. But what the devotees are saying is, we are not considering any of them as our protection. Sol thunai varkai thurandu. Thurandu means giving up. We have given up what people call as the protection, the family and friends and all that kind of human social protection. We don't consider them as true protection. We are not considering them as true protection, but tiruvadiye aḍaindōm, your holy feet, aḍaindōm, we have surrendered, we have taken refuge in your holy feet. Tiruvadiye aḍaindōm. So, aḍaidal means to take refuge. Tiruvadi is holy feet. Is your. So, we have taken refuge in your holy feet. And there is a tiruvadiye aḍaindōm. There is a sound in that. And that a sound is emphasis in Tamil. Tiruvadi aḍaindōm means we have reached surrendered to your holy feet. Tiruvadiye aḍaindōm means we have taken sole refuge in your holy feet. There's a difference, right? We have taken refuge in your holy feet, and we have taken sole refuge in your holy feet. Only refuge is you. We have no other refuge. That's the emphasis on that a sound. So, sotrunai varkai thurandu tiruvadiye aḍaindōm. And if you worship Shiva like this, then setru yamai tīviṇai tiṇḍap peṛā. Setru means attacking. Serudal means to attack. Setru means attacking. Yamai is us. Tīviṇai tiṇḍap peṛā. The bad karma will not come attacking us. Will not come and attack us. That's what the last line says. Setru yamai tīviṇai tiṇḍap peṛā. And I guarantee this in the name of the dark holy throat. That's the direct meaning of this. So what he is saying is, Shiva's shoulders are strong like a rock, which have no comparison. And he has accepted as, you have accepted as your slaves. These are all directly telling Shiva. Right? This is a devotee is talking to Shiva directly. O Shiva, you have incomparably strong shoulders, which are like rocks. You have accepted us as your slaves, but still you are not listening to our pleas. Is this your nature? We have given up all our worldly attachments, and we have surrendered to your holy feet and taken sole refuge in your holy feet. If we say this, Shiva will protect us, and our bad karma will not be able to attack us. That's a summary of this song. Any questions, comments? Okay. So Ramakrishna, do you want to take a shot at saying this whole verse? Go ahead. Good. Then we will go to the 6th verse. And maybe this time I will have Rama say it in the beginning and Murthy can say it at the end. Marakkum manathinai matri yam avviyai varpuruthi pirappil peruman திருந்தடிக்கீழ் பிழையாத வண்ணம் பறித்த மலர்கொடு வந்து உமை ஏத்தும் பணி அடியோம் சிறப்பில் tīviṇai tīṇḍap peṛā tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam. Good. Again, in this song, he is describing that we should worship Shiva, praising him variously, and that's what he is saying in the first 3 lines. And says that if we praise him like that, if we worship him like that, our karma will not come touch us. That is the 4th line. Now we look at the words and get an understanding. So there are several phrases, and if we get each phrase, then we will be able to get the meaning easily. Marakkum manathinai matri. That is one phrase. Yam avviyai varpuruthi. That is another phrase. Pirappil peruman திருந்தடிக்கீழ். Another phrase. பிழையாத வண்ணம் பறித்த மலர்கொடு வந்து உமை ஏத்தும் பணி அடியோம். So he is describing how we should worship him. First phrase is marakkum manathinai matri. Manathinai means manam. Manam is mind or heart. Marakkum manam. Marakkum means that which forgets. Marakkum manathinai matri. Matri means changing. So, marakkum manathinai matri means changing our forgetful mind. What does it mean? We know, right? We want to do something. We say, okay, I will do it. Then we'll say, I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. Some other priority comes. We say, okay, we'll do it next day. And then we forget it, right? We want to do something, we don't do it. We take up something, we do it for 2 days, and then we no longer do it, we forget to do it. Something else comes, we stop doing it. Or every day we want to do, but some days we do, some days we don't do because we don't remember. So the mind is always changing, and it puts certain things in the low priority, and typically, you want to do prayer, you'll say, okay, let me do it tomorrow. I don't have time today. Like that. So the mind will forget to worship. But so what he's saying is, marakkum manathinai matri. We have changed our forgetful minds. Means what? We have reformed our forgetful mind. We always remember to worship. That's what he's saying. Marakkum manathinai matri. Yam avviyai varpuruthi. Avi is soul. Yam avi is our souls. Varpuruthi. Varpuruthi in today's Tamil means to force. You compel somebody to do something. Right? Or to emphasize, to forcibly do something. Or to stress something. But here it means strengthen. Varpuruthal means to strengthen. So, yam avviyai varpuruthi means strengthening our soul. Because our soul tends to feel weak, because it gets distracted, it goes in many angles. So our soul is weakened. Whereas he says, we have strengthened our soul. Yam avviyai varpuruthi, strengthening our soul. What are we doing? We are worshipping Shiva. How? பிறப்பு இல் பெருமான் is description of Shiva. Peruman is Lord, Deva, Mahadeva, Shivan. So the Swami is known as Peruman in Tamil. Pirappu il Peruman. Pirappu is birth. Il is without. Pirappu illada Peruman. So Lord who has no birth. So that is an important description of Lord. So Shiva is described in various verses as the one who is without birth, without death, without old age, always young. You will find all kinds of descriptions in various verses. And they say that only Shiva is having these attributes because he is the only one who is eternal. All the other devas, whether it is Indra or Brahma or Vishnu or any of them, they all have a span. In the studied that 1 year of human time is 1 day for devas and so on and so forth, and 1 year of devas is 1 day for Brahma, so on and so forth. They will put calculations. So if you look at the scriptures, they will talk about time span for each deva. Like Indra will last for this much time, and then the next Indra will come. Brahma will last this much time, and the next Brahma will come. Like that Vishnu. So only one who is always without birth and death is Shiva. That's what he is describing here. Pirappu il Peruman, the Lord without birth. Tīṇḍap means to his lotus beautiful feet. Tīṇḍap means beautiful feet. Adi will come again and again in all the songs. Adi is padham. So tīṇḍap means beautiful feet. Piழையாத Piழைthal means to miss, to make, to be at fault. Piழையாத means without fault. That's what it means. Piழையாத means always, without failing, without fault. What do we do? Paritha malargodu vandu. Malar is flower. Paritha malar is freshly picked flower. Parithal means to pluck. And Paritha malar means freshly plucked flower. With that we come. Umaiyādaṇa pani adiyom. We come and we are your devotees who worship you with freshly plucked flowers. Paritha malargodu vandu umaiyādaṇa, we worship you. Pani adiyam, we are your servants. If you worship Shiva like this, then the bad karma will not touch us. And how is this bad karma? Sirappu il it tīviṉai. Sirappu means greatness. Il means without. It tīviṉai means this bad karma. This bad karma, which is without any goodness, without any greatness. So this terrible bad karma, that's what it means. Sirappu il tīviṉai means terrible bad karma. That's a poetic way of saying it, right? Sirappu means greatness. Sirappu il means that which does not have greatness. It tīviṉai, this bad karma. This terrible bad karma will not touch us. Tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam. It is, I guarantee this in the name of Holy Dog Throat. That is a direct meaning of this verse. Basically what he is saying is, our minds tend to forget things, but we have made sure that our minds don't forget your worship, and we have strengthened our soul so that we have the steadfastness in worshipping you every day. And you are the Lord without birth. We worship your holy feet properly. Piழையாத means without failing, means properly, right? We properly worship your holy feet without fail, with freshly plucked flowers, and we are your servants. So please protect us. And if you worship him like that, he will make sure that our bad karma will not touch us. I guarantee you this. That's how, this is the gist of this song. Any questions or comments? Okay. If not, I think, was it Murthy who was going to repeat this at the end? Yeah, go ahead. Avviṇai. avviṇai. Pani adiyom. Good. So now there should be a seventh song, and in this padhigam, that seventh song has been lost. I think I mentioned this before, because in those days these were all written in palm leaf manuscripts, and a collection of these padhigams, there must have been multiple copies around, but as a library copy kind of thing, there was a collection of all these padhigams stored in a safe room, in Chidambaram temple, and over a period of time people totally forgot about it or whatever. It was tied up in a locked room and nobody knew about it. So everybody had forgotten about it over a couple of 100 years. Later on, when Rajaraja Cholan wanted to find out what happened to these, and there was a saint called Nambi, who was a child saint at the time, and he was a Ganesha devotee. So he prayed to Ganesha, and with Ganesha's grace, he learnt that these padhigam manuscripts are all kept in Chidambaram temple. So they went to Chidambaram temple, they went to that room, it was locked, and they had that room opened, and then they found mountains of palm leaf manuscripts covered in termite mounds. Right? Termites, white ants have eaten up a lot of those palm leaf manuscripts. So we lost a lot of padhigams. So if a whole padhigam is lost, we have no idea what we lost. And in some padhigams, we have lost some songs, because if a padhigam is written over, let's say, 4 or 5 palm leaves, and the ants have eaten up one of those palm leaves, others are there. So we have some padhigams, some songs, and not some songs. Like that, in this padhigam, you should have had 11 songs, but due to this reason, the 7th song is totally lost. We didn't get it. We got the 10 songs only. Of that, the 7th song, which should have been there, is lost. So we have 3 more songs, 8, 9, we have 4 more songs, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can look at the 8th song. And I will have Ramakrishna follow me in the beginning, and then Rama can repeat at the end. Karuvai kazhitittu good. வாழ்க்கை கடிந்து kaḻal அடிக்கே உருகி மலர்கொடு வந்து உமை ஏத்துதும் நாம் அடியோம் செரு இல் அரக்கனை சீரில் அடர்த்து அருள் செய்தவரே, திரு-இல் இத்தீவினை tīṇḍap peṛā tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam. So again, like all other songs in this padhigam, he repeats the same approach. The first 3 lines describe how we pray and worship Shiva, and if we do so, then the karma will not touch us. That's the summary. So there are several phrases. How we worship him is what is describing. Karuvai kazhitittu. Karu means the garbha, right? Karuvai kazhitittu means we have taken efforts to get rid of our births. That's what it means. Kazhital means to get rid of. Karu is birth. So Karuvai kazhitittu means we have worked to get rid of our births. Means we are trying to get rid of our karma. Vāļkai kadindu. Vāļkai is life, but here it means the laukika life, the worldly life, materialistic life, where we are always trying to please the senses and make money and totally focused on materialistic things. Such materialistic life we have rejected or we have renounced. Vāļkai kadindu. Such materialistic life we have renounced or we have given up. And kaļal adikke urugi. So kaļal, we talked about it earlier. Kaļal is the anklet worn on men's feet. Adi is the padam. So kaļal adi means the padam that is adorned by a kaļal. Kaļal adikke. That A again is an emphasis. Only to your holy feet. So only to the holy feet. Urugi. Urugudal means with a melting heart, with a soft heart. So heart, urugudal means to melt. So heart is normally described as hard heart, and when we have deep devotion, it is described as melting heart or a soft heart. So that's what he's saying, with a melting heart. Kaļal adikke urugi, with a deep devotion. Malar kodu. Malar is flower, with flowers. Vandu imaiyādaṉa. We worship you. Umai is you. Ētudum is we worship. We worship you. And Nam adiyom. We are all your devotees. We are all your servants. Nam adiyom. Nam is we. Adiyom is devotee or a servant. We are your servants. And the third line talks about Ravana. If you remember, in every sambandar padhigam, the 8th verse, he will refer to Ravana. We talked about it in Todudi Saviyan padhigam. In the first padhigam of sambandar, we described this in detail. Why he is referring to that. So, Sheru-il Arakkan. Sheru is war, fight. Sheru-il Arakkan. Arakkan is Rakshasa. Sheru-il Arakkan is Rakshasa without fight. What does he mean by Rakshasa without fight? Because Ravana was so powerful, after the first cycle of, he had a number of battles. He attacked the Devas, he attacked this person, attacked that king, whatever, right? So nobody could beat him. So everybody realized that Ravana is so powerful that we don't want to have any fight with him. We will do whatever he wants us to do. We don't want to fight with him because we know that we will lose. Why go through the trouble of losing and hurting ourselves? Let us obey him. So Ravana had no fights because of that. Because everybody was afraid of him, nobody was coming forward to fight with him. So that's how it is describing here. Sheru-il Arakkan. The Rakshasa who had no fights. Or nobody was willing to fight with Ravana. That's the meaning of that phrase. Ravana without fights. such a Ravana, what did he do? He was going on his Pushpaka Vimanam over Kailasa mountain, and the Kailasa mountain, the Pushpaka Vimanam cannot fly, so it landed on the ground, and Ravana was upset as to why did this flying chariot stop flying. So the ministers who were with him told him that this Kailasa mountain, we cannot fly. And Ravana said, hey, I am so powerful. What is this Kailasa mountain? It's a small mountain. I can pick it up and throw it away, and then I can fly on my way. So he goes to pick up the mountain. He gets picks it up a little bit, and then Shiva puts one of his toes, big toe, on the ground, and he gets crushed. Ravana gets crushed under the mountain, and then he sinks, and Shiva bestows his grace upon him, makes him whole, gives him long life, gives him a sword, gives him the name Ravana. We talked about all that in the previous sessions. So that's what he's referring here. Sīril adarthu arul seidavare. Sīril means because of your greatness. Sīr is greatness. Due to your greatness, adarthu arul seidavare. Adarthu means crushing. Arul seidal means bestowing grace. So, O Shiva, because of your grace, you crushed and then bestowed your grace on Ravana. That is the meaning of the third line. And then, if we worship Shiva like this, then the bad karma will not touch us. That's what Sambandar is saying here. Tiru-nīla is tīviṉai. Tīviṉai is bad karma. Tīviṉai is this bad karma. Tiru-nīla. Tiru means something that is holy, something that is good. So Tiru, like Shri, has all the meanings of Shri in Sanskrit. So it means good, it means holy, it means beautiful, it means wealth. It has all those meanings in Tamil. The word Tiru. So Tiru-nīla means without goodness. This bad karma that has no goodness in it. That means it's a terrible bad karma. Such a terrible bad karma, even such a terrible bad karma will not come anywhere near us, because Shiva will protect us. That is the meaning of this 8th verse. So what he is saying, we have tried to take action to ensure that we don't have future births. We have gone away from the materialistic life. We are worshipping your holy feet. We have deep devotion to your holy feet, and with flowers we worship you. We are your servants. O Shiva, because of your greatness, you crushed and then bestowed your grace on Ravana, who was without any fights. If we worship Shiva like this, that is implicit, right? That is not there in this song, but we have to carry forward from the first or second songs. If you worship Shiva like this, then the terrible karma will not touch us. I guarantee this in the name of the holy dog throat. That is the 8th verse. Any questions, comments? Okay. Yeah, who was going to repeat this verse now? Yeah, go ahead. Kaɗal adike. Kaɗal. Kaɗal. I heard it as Kadil. Kaɗal. Good. So, any comments, anything you want to discuss in the songs that you have seen today? Yeah. Fisher birds. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Goal. Yeah. Yeah. So you are right. In the last two songs that we saw, right, the sixth song and the eighth song, he describes the attributes of a good devotee, how one should prepare oneself, how one should think, how one should behave, how one should act, and how one should worship, etc. And then he says, agreed. But if you look at the songs before that, the fifth song or the fourth song, there is describing, even the first two lines are describing only Shiva's attributes. So, agreed, in the last two songs that we saw is describing a lot of attributes of how a good devotee should be. Agreed. That's what he's saying. Yeah. Good perspective. Good observation. Yeah. Any other comment? If not, do you want to listen to the padhigam by another oduvar, or do you want to stop here? Yeah, okay. So I will play the whole padhigam as sung by another oduvar.
avviṇaikku ivvinayam endru sollum agudariveer avviṇaikku ivvinayam endru sollum agudariveer avviṇaikku ivvinayam endru sollum agudariveer ivvinai நாடாது இருப்பதும் உந்தமக்கு ஊனம் அன்றே avviṇaikku ivvinayam என்று சொல்லும் அகுதறிவீர் உய்வினை நாடாது இருப்பதும் உந்தமக்கு ஊனம் அன்றே கைவினை செய்து எம்பிரான் கழல் போற்றுதும் கைவினை செய்து எம்பிரான் கழல் போற்றுதும் நாம் அடியோம் செய்வினை வந்து எமை தீண்டப் பெறா tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam செய்வினை வந்து எமை தீண்டப் பெறா tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam நீலகண்டம் tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam நீலகண்டம் tiru-nīla-kaṇḍam காவினை இட்டும் குளம்பல தொட்டும் கனிமனத்தால் காவினை இட்டும் குளம்பல தொட்டும் கனிமனத்தால் ஏவினையால் எயில் மூன்றெரித்தீர் என்று இரு-pōdum காவினை இட்டும் குளம்பல தொட்டும் கனிமனத்தால் ஏவினையால் எயில் மூன்றெரித்தீர் என்று இரு-pōdum பூவினை கொய்து மலரடி போற்றுதும் நாமடி போற்றுதும் நாம் அடியோம் தீவினை வந்து எமை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் தீவினை வந்து எமை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் நீலகண்டம் திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் நீலகண்டம் திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் முலைத்தடம் மூழ்கிய போகங்களும் மற்ற எவையும் எல்லாம் விலைத்தலை ஆவணம் கொண்டு எமை ஆண்ட விரிசடையீர் இலைத்தலை சூலமும் தண்டும் மழுவும் இவையுடையீர் சிலைத்து எமை தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் சிலைத்து எமை தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் விண்ணுலகு ஆள்கின்ற விccādarargaḻum வேதியரும் விண்ணுலகு ஆள்கின்ற விccādarargaḻum வேதியரும் புண்ணியர் என்று இரு-pōdum தொழப்படும் புண்ணியரே கண் இமையாதன மூன்றுடையீர் உன் கழல் அடைந்தோம் திண்ணிய தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் திண்ணிய தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் மற்ற இணையில்லா மலை திரண்டன்ன திண் தோளுடையீர் கிற்று எமை ஆட்கொண்டு கேளாது ஒழிவதும் தன்மை கொல்லோ சொல் துணை வாழ்க்கை துறந்து உன் திருவடியே அடைந்தோம் செற்று எமை தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண்ḍம் செற்று எமை தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண் ḍம் மறக்கும் மனத்தினை மாற்றி எம் ஆவியை வற்புறுத்தி பிறப்பில் பெருமான் திருந்தடி கீழ் பிழையாத வண்ணம் பறித்த மலர்கொடு வந்து உமை ஏத்தும் பணியடியோம் சிறப்பிலே தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண் ḍம் சிறப்பிலே தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண் ḍம் கருவை கழித்திட்டு வாழ்க்கை கடிந்து கருவை கழித்திட்டு வாழ்க்கை கடிந்து உம் கழலடிக்கே உருகி மலர் கொடு வந்து உமை ஏத்துதும் நாம் அடியோம் உமை ஏத்துதும் நாம் அடியோம் செருவில் அரக்கனை சீரில் அடர்த்து அருள் செய்தவரே திருவிலி தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண் ḍம் திருவிலி தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-கண் ḍம் நாற்ற மலர்மிசை நான்முகன் நாரணன் வாது செய்து நாற்ற மலர்மிசை நான்முகன் நாரணன் வாது செய்து தோற்றம் உடைய அடியும் முடியும் தொடர்வரீர் தோற்றினும் தோற்றும் தொழுது வணங்குதும் நாம் அடியோம் சீற்றமதாம் வினை தீண்டப் பெறா சீற்றமதாம் வினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-காணḍம் சாக்கியப்பட்டும் சமன் உருவாகி உடை ஒழிந்தும் சாக்கியப்பட்டும் சமன் உருவாகி உடை ஒழிந்தும் பாக்கியம் இன்றி இருதலை போகமும் பற்றும் விட்டார் பாக்கியம் இன்றி இருதலை போகமும் பற்றும் விட்டார் பூக்கமள் கொன்றை புரிசடையீர் அடி போற்றுகின்றோம் பூக்கமள் கொன்றை புரிசடையீர் அடி போற்றுகின்றோம் தீக்குழி தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-காணḍம் தீக்குழி தீவினை தீண்டப் பெறா திரு-நீல-காணḍம் பிறந்த பிறவியில் பேணியம் செல்வன் கழலடைவான் 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 பிறந்த பிறவியில் பேணியம் செல்வன் கழலடைவான் பிறந்த பிறவியில் பேணியம் செல்வன் கழலடைவான் பிறந்த பிறவி உண்டாயில் இமையவர் கோன்-அடிக்கண் பிறந்த பிறவி உண்டாயில் இமையவர் கோன்-அடிக்கண் திறம் பயில் ஞான சம்பந்தன செந்தமிழ் திறம் பயில் ஞான சம்பந்தன செந்தமிழ் பத்தும் வல்லார் திறம் பயில் ஞான சம்பந்தன செந்தமிழ் பத்தும் வல்லார் நிறைந்த உலகினில் வானவர் கோனோடும் கூடுவரே நிறைந்த உலகினில் வானவர் கோனோடும் கூடுவரே கூடுவரே கூடுவரே
So with that, we will wrap up today's discussion, and then we will meet next time, and we will finish this remaining padhigams, verses in this padhigam. Tiruchitrambalam.